need something a bit more futury. So, hello, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Forge Fathers for Deadzone 3rd edition. So the Forge Fathers are dwarves by any other name, but dwarves in space, which is kind of a lot of these factions. You've got orcs in space, elves in space, etc, etc. The Forge Fathers are about mining, excavating, seeing what technology they can find, forging from stars, so they get planets, superheat them and use them as forges and furnaces, which, why not, I guess. There's many different sub class of Forge Father, and I don't mean that from like rank. There's the normal militaristic ones, which range from your lowly militia, which every Forge Father has to go into military service for so long. And then you've got the Steel Warriors, which are your common garden troops, and then you've got the Forge Guard, which are very elite, and so on and so forth on that end. You've then got the Brockers, which are your engineering guild essentially. They pick stuff up and mine things and see what they can tinker around with. You've then got the Artificers, which are kind of like Brockers, but they're a bit more elite version of the Brockers. You could say they go into the same role as the Brockers, but they aren't quite as aggressive as the Brockers. They know how to get things going without just pulverizing the enemy with the risk of their stuff breaking down. So if you're following along in the Force book, page 30 and 31 have a bit of background and a nice picture. The start of the army is on page 32, and the first leader is the Forge Lord. Speed of 1-2, range of 4, fight of 3, survive of 4, armour 2, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Life support, recon 4+, solid, tactician 3. So you get 3 extra command dice, so in total you'll have 6. His splat is Defender of the Star Realm. The model may reroll any number of dice for a fight or survive roll as part of an assault. So if you're being attacked in close combat and you want to fight back or survive, you get to reroll any number of the dice if you want. The only real ones you're going to have problems doing close combat with really is I suppose the militia, but even then they need 5s, which for Forge Fathers is a bit naff. For pretty much everyone else, well, no, the worst one is actually the Hellfather. He fights on 6s. Ooh, I thought he'd be a bit better than that, but there you go. Yeah, but he's a living legend. Most models fighting on 3s, 4s and 5s, which for Forge Fathers, 5s is a bit naff, but for every other army, it's not too bad. Splat's not bad, but it's very situational. If you're not getting your models in close combat, or they're not in close combat, then it's not really doing all that much. Weapons is got a Forge Hammer, which is close combat weapon AP1, and a Mark II Hellstorm Rifle, which is a range 6 AP1 rapid fire. He's worth 4 victory points and 50 points. He's good. He's very good. He's good offensive wise with a fight of 3 and a shoot of 4, which is pretty decent all around. He's got a pretty decent range weapon and a pretty decent close combat weapon, and 3 extra command dice. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent, all things told. Recon on 4s as well. Can't say no to that. The downside to him is he ain't cheap. He's not cheap whatsoever. Yeah, he's not a bad leader, but I won't use him in games smaller than maybe 250. Next we have the Forge Guard Huskarl. Speed of 1-2, range of 3, fight of 4, survival of 4, armor 2, 2 hit points, size 2, 25mm base. Life support, recon 4+, solid tactician 2. The splat is star forged armor. You may reduce the AP value of the enemy attack by 1 for each special orders result you spend in this manner. So you can spend multiples, from what this says. In this edition of Deadzone, there will be a lot of AP 1 and 2 ranged and close combat weapons. So this is a pretty good splat. It's not foolproof, because there are still a lot of weapons that might not have AP but can still do a lot of damage. Weapons, it's got basically the same as the Forge Lord, so don't need to go over there. Worth 4 victory points and 41 points. Not bad. Well, no, actually, it does seem at the minute to be my go-to choice of leader for the Forge Fathers, because the Forge Fathers are my main faction. He is expensive, but he is really good. Shooting on 3s, fighting on 4s. He's got the Star Forged armor, which, like I say, in 3rd edition is going to be really important. Weapons, pretty good, pretty good. Downside, I suppose, is he's expensive. Next we have the Chief Brocker. Speed 1-2, range 5, fight of 3, survival of 4, no armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Dismantle, Engineer, Frenzy 1, Headstrong, Recon 5+, Tactician 1 and Tough. The splat is Strike It Lucky. Give a Brocker the Evade and Resilient 1 abilities for the round. This is pretty good, but only if you run in a fair few Brockers. I would argue it's any unit with Brocker in its name, so the Brocker Trooping Specialist, the Brocker Valkyrie, because it's got Brocker in its name. I think that's about it really. So then we've got Evade, which I think the Valkyrie has anyway, and Resilience 1, which is nice. Weapons, it's got 2, it's got the Forge Hammer, which is close combat weapon AP1, and the Burst Pistol, which is range 3, rapid fire. Is worth 2 victory points and 26 points. I like the Chief Brocker a lot. Not just because he can really help the Brockers out. He's a really good character for combat situations. The main reason being is Tough is a ridiculous ability, and on him it's really powerful. Surviving on 4s with Tough, don't matter if you haven't got armour. Kinda makes it irrelevant in a way. You can have the Chief Brocker going up against something like a Strider and it not going to matter too much. Yes, it's only AP1 for the Forge Hammer, but fighting on 3s. And you've got Dismantle, which against anything vehicle wise or construct wise, it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt them. Really good leader, really good. Next we have the Steel Warrior Huskarl. Speed of 1-2, range 3+, fight of 4, survival of 4, armor 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Headstrong, recon 4+, and tactician 1. The splat is too stubborn to die. The active model recovers 1 hit point if it makes a successful survive test and you need 2 successes. It may not be used on a model with the vehicle or walker keywords, so you can't use it on the bikes, because yes, the Valkyries, by the way, yes, they've got the bike word, but bike does count as a vehicle, and you can't use them on the Iron Ancestors or the Juggernauts. Other than that though, it's not bad, especially if you've got a med kit. You get to recover multiple hit points, which is nice. You've got a choice of 3 different weapon options. First one, Forge Hammer and Hellstorm Pistol. Forge Hammer I've gone over enough times. The Hellstorm Pistol is range 4, rapid fire, weight of fire 1, worth 3 victory points and 32 points. Next option, you've got the Hellstorm Rifle, which is range 6, AP 1, rapid fire. I've already gone over it. 3 victory points, 32 points, and the double burst pistols, which is range 3, rapid fire, weight of fire 2, 3 victory points and 28 points. Why not? Why not have the double burst pistols? I'd go with Forge Armour and a Hellstorm pistol myself. That's just me. Extra pip in range than the dual burst pistols, but weight of fire 2, hitting on 3s, that's not bad. The Hellstorm rifle is fine, but with 5 to 4, you kind of need him in close combat capabilities. I would either go with the Forge Hammer and Hellstorm pistol or the dual burst pistols, because having them with a rifle is fine. Then again, it's only 4 points cheaper to have the dual burst pistols. I don't know, take your pick, take your pick. He's a pretty good leader. Shooting on 3s, that's pretty good. You can do at least some damage easily all the time. There's 2 stubborn to die, like I said, acts as a free medkit, which is nice. Not really any downsides. It's just not expensive. It's not cheap, but then again, it's a Forge Father. They ain't cheap, but they are good at what they do. They are, I'd argue, the best, but that's just me. Next we have the Thorgrim Huskarl. Speed of 1-2, range 4, fight 4, survive 4. Arm 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Headstrong, frenzy 1, recon 5+, and tactician 1. Thunderstrike, a model with a Forge Hammer, this is splat by the way, or a heavy heat hammer, can perform a range 2, frag 2 attack as a free action once during its activation. This ability may not be used by an Iron Ancestor. I think that's a typo. I think it's supposed to say, what's the Thorgrim's got? Heavy Forge Hammer. I believe it's supposed to say. I'm pretty sure, just let me check. Yeah, Heavy Forge Hammer, I think it's supposed to say. Because the Iron Ancestors have heavy heat hammers, so by that logic you can use it, but at the end of the splat you can't use it on an Iron Ancestor, so I'd say it's misprinted, which is a bit of a shame, but that's what I'd say. The 2 weapons, you've got a Hellstorm pistol, which I've just gone over, and a heavy Forge Hammer, which is close combat weapon, AP 1, knockback and smash. It's worth 3 victory points and 30 points. It's pretty good. It hasn't got a 3 in close combat or ranged, which I suppose it's not really. It's kind of an all-rounder, and he is. He's not bad points-wise. The Thunderstrike, if you're taking a load of Brockers, Thorgrims, or Artificers, it's worth taking, ain't it? Otherwise, nah, I never bother with the Thorgrim Huskarl unless I'm taking a lot of them three, quite honestly. Finally, we have the Master Artificer. Speed of 1-2, range of 4, fight of 4, survival of 4, 1 armour, 2 hit points, size 2, 40mm base. Agile, companion, not comparison. Dismantle, energy shield 2, headstrong, tactician 1, tenacious. The splat is gun-toting. The active artificer or Brocker model gains fire control all the way to fire 2. Now the artificers can have a back-mounted servo arm sort of weapon, so it's like an arm with a claw, buzzsaw, or a laser, I think it is, on it, and they've already got a pistol, or a magnum rifle. That's why they've got that option. But wave fire 2 gives you 2 rerolls of your pistols. That could be more useful than you think, because Brocker pistols have got rapid fire on them, so you could have a chance of suppressing the target. And if you do that and you've got enough movement, move in there and you get an extra dice of close combat. Not many people that I know of use the rapid fire ability, but it's an option. His weapons is the dual Hellstone pistol, which I've already gone over, and the buzzsaw, which is a close combat weapon, AP 1, Frenzy 2. It's worth 2 victory points and 28 points. Oh no, I've not gone over the dual Hellstone pistol. Range 4, rapid fire, weight fire 2. He's pretty good. He is pretty good. To get the most out of him, you'll need a fair few artificers or Brockers. However, other than that, he's good all rounder, isn't he? AP1 with Frenzy 2, or weight fire 2. He's got 2 energy shields, so that's going to make him even harder to kill. Dismantle, which against vehicles, that's going to be deadly. Companion, your counter's always having a friendly in the same cube as you, so you are fighting on 4 dice regardless if you're getting in there or not, if you're doing the charge or not, should I say. Size 2, which on some models you're going to be getting more dice in close combat, which for the Forge Fathers is a weakness. A lot of their models are only size 1. It's only things like the Iron Ancestors and whatnot that are bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna try a Master Artificer out at some point. We'll see, but yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. So on to the troops and specialists, starting on page 34. Starting with the Steel Warrior. Speed of 1-2, range 4, fire 5, speed 4, thrive of 4, arm 1, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base, headstrong. So the troop options, you've got the Mark II Hellstorm rifle, range 6, AP1, rapid fire, 2 victory points, 17 points, or the Dragon's Breath Flamer, which is range 2, it burns, 2 victory points, 17 points. Now they are pretty decent, all things told. Hellstorm rifle is a decent weapon, good all rounder. The Dragon's Breath Flamer, short range, but fire burns on 4s. And it's a troop, which, yeah, you're going to see a lot of them. You are going to see a lot more flamer weapons. The specialist options, you've got the missile launcher, which is range 10, AP 5, heavy, 3 victory points and 23 points. Next is the magma cannon, range 5, AP 2, 2 victory points, 19 points. And finally the Hellstorm autocannon, which is range 8, weight to fire 1, suppression, 3 victory points and 19 points. Shame that the Hellstorm autocannon hasn't got AP, but for 19 points that is pretty decent. It used to be about, I think it was 24, 26 points, so that's a massive 5 to 7 point drop. That is massive, and it's only 3 victory points. Okay, that's kind of normal. Magma Cannon. It's only one cube less range than the rifle. Hasn't got rapid fire, but AP2. It's only 2 victory points, and it's only 2 points more. So you're only paying the 2 extra points for having an extra pip of AP, which isn't bad. Missile launcher. These are kind of snipers in a sense. Yeah, you can't move and shoot because of heavy, but AP5 you're going to be taking down striders and the like with it, aren't you? 23 points ain't cheap though. You don't want many of these missile launchers really. Hellstorm autocannons are the best one because the amount of close combat options you've got in this force is pretty high. The Magma Cannon is good as well for mid-armoured targets. So yeah, I've not seen many missile launchers, but maybe we haven't given them enough chance. Next we have the Brocker. Speed 1, 2, range 5, fighter 4, survivor 4, no armour, 2 hit points, size 2, 25mm base. Dismantle, engineer, frenzy 1 and hacker. The troop option, you've got a burst pistol which is range 3 rapid fire, and a forge hammer which is close combat weapon AP1. That is 1 victory point and worth 14 points. You've then got the specialist option which has the magma rifle. Range 3 AP1, it burns, 2 victory points and 17 points. Both of these are good, although artificers can take magma rifles. They've got dismantle, so against vehicles and a lot of Asterian forces, they are going to be doing so well. You've also got engineer, so any bomb bots or excavator robots or mining lasers you've got, these will be good for that. Frenzy is always good, giving you a bit of reroll. They're not bad points wise, they've got no armour, but stats wise they're pretty decent. I'd argue with having at least 2 Brockers in your force, no matter the points cost, because they are that good. Next we have the Militia. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fighter 5, survivor 4. No armour, size 2, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. It's got Mark 1 Hellstorm rifle, range 6, rapid fire, 1 victory point and 11 points, and it's a troop. It's the cheapest of the troops, and you can kind of see why. Comparing it to most forces, it's not too bad stat wise. Like the Marauder, it's only 1 point more because the weapon, I believe it's melee stats a bit better, I think. Commando. No, stats are about the same, points cost the same, okay. But for Forge Fathers, they are a bit meh. I can see them working pretty well, shooting on 5s. You can still rapid fire, which is that. I've not really seen people using them that much, and I can kind of see why. For 6 points more, you're getting the Steel Warrior, which stat-wise is way better overall. And for only 3 points more, you're getting a Brocker, which is still pretty good. Next, we've got the Hammerfist Drop Trooper. Speed of 1-2, range 4, fighter 4, survivor 4, 2 armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Drop suit and solid. It's a specialist, comes with a forge hammer, which like the Brocker does, and a inferno drill, which is range 4, AP2. 3 victory points and 30 points. These aren't cheap, but they're meant to just drop in and burn things with their inferno drills and maybe clobber people with their hammers. They've also got solid, so they can't be pinned, and 2 armour, can't go wrong with that. 4's in close combat at range, no wrong with that whatsoever. They're not cheap, but they are good. I won't have too many because they're trying to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. I suppose you'd have them against mid-armoured targets, I guess. Next we have the Thorgrim. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 4, survive 4, 1 armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Got a headstrong. It's a troop, comes with the heavy forge hammer. Close combat weapon, AP 1, knockback and smash, 2 victory points and 17 points. Same points cost as a normal steel warrior. The only difference is you haven't got a ranged weapon, and that's about it really. Shooting on 5s rather than 4s, but close combat on 4s. These are kind of like the Brockers, sort of on steroids. Knockback is very situational. I don't like it all that much. But smash means you find on 4 dice in close combat. Oh, and if you're charging, you've got 5, and anything else. Ooh. This could easily mean Hellstorm autocannons are going to be your friend for life with the Forge Fathers. Ooh, no. Thorgrims are great. Don't use too many because they haven't got a ranged weapon, and you're going to have to get them in close combat, otherwise they do nothing. But for what they do, they are great. I mean, even if they find something bigger than them, yes, they're getting 4 dice. So are you. Next we've got the Boombot. It's a troop. Speed of 1-2, no range or fight stat. Survive of 6, armour none, 1 hit point, size 1, 25mm base. Boom 5, construct remote vehicle, no victory points and 6 points. You need an engineer for it to work because it's got remote. Luckily the Brockers have you covered, and you need at least 1 engineer. And it's not an engineer per model with a remote. You can take a load of remote models and just have the 1 engineer. I wouldn't have many boombots because while they are cheap and they give you a troop option, they are pretty weak, and mainly their main thing is to explode. Also a weakness is, as a vehicle, it can't go up terrain unless there's a ramp. So there's that. But the model is quite small, so you can hide it and whiz it around so easily. Next we have the Brocker Valkyrie, or Valka. Sorry, not Valkyrie, Valka. Speed of 2-4, range of 5, fight of 5, survive 4, 1 armour, 2 hit points, size 2, 40mm base. Evade, resilient 1 and bike. It's a specialist, comes with twin Hellstorm rifles, which is range 6 AP 1, rapid fire with fire 1. 2 victory points and 20mm base. Sorry, 2 victory points and 20 points. Sorry. They aren't bad. They aren't bad, but I've not seen many people use them, which is weird to me. They are really fast, which is one of the things the Forge Fathers ain't known for. Downside is your fighting capabilities aren't great. You've got Resilience 1, which helps somewhat. Size 2, which means you get an extra dice in close combat, which again ain't bad. You're shooting in bad. It's more of an harassment unit. Go around, peppering enemies with fire, and maybe claim an objective. You know, you've got the options there. Next we have the Heavy Inferno Drill. Speed of 1-2, range of 4, no fight stat, speed of 5, survive of 5, arm 1, 3 hit points, size 2, 40mm base. Construct firing platform 1, remote and vehicle. It's a specialist, comes with a mining laser. Range 8, AP 3, 2 victory points and 16 points. It is cheap. It is really cheap. It hits on 4s with an AP of 3 and range 8, which is also good. You're getting 4 dice because of that firing platform 1. I suppose it can't fight, which, why would it? Its survive stats a bit worse than you'd expect from Forge Fathers, but 3 hit points is going to survive a bit. But for 16 points, you aren't really losing that much. It's 1 point less than a Steel Warrior. Yes, you need someone with Engineer to be able to use it effectively. Well, to take it, should I say. But apart from that, they're not bad. They're not bad. Next we have the Forge Guard. Speed of 1-2, range of 4, fight of 4, survive of 4, armor 2, 2 hit points, size 1, 25 mil base, life support and solid. So you've got one troop option, has a forge hammer and a Mark II Hellstorm rifle. I've gone over those plenty. 3 victory points and 26 points. And you've got 3 specialist options. The first one is the Forge Hammer and Magma Cannon, which I've already gone over. They are 3 victory points and 30 points. You've then got the Forge Hammer and Hellstorm Auto Cannon, which I've already gone over them. That's 4 victory points and 29 points. And then we've got the Forge Hammer, Missile Launcher and the Hellstorm Rifle. Nothing's changed on them, I've already gone over them. 4 victory points and 32 points. Now then, I wouldn't go for the Missile Launcher, Forge Hammer and Hellstorm Rifle option for a specialist. Reason being is it's heavy, and let's face it, the Missile Launcher on a Steel Warrior is 23 points, so that's 9 points more expensive. Yes, you've got an option with the Hellstorm Rifle if you want to move and shoot, and then next turn go with the Missile Launcher. But at that point, do you really need? It honestly seems a bit pointless to me. The Hellstorm Autocannon I can kind of get behind, because you've got a Armor 2 model firing the Hellstorm Autocannon, and you've also got a hammer, so if something gets close enough, you're bonking it on their head. The Magma Cannon and Forge Hammer I can also kind of get behind as well. It's also fairly cheap for what it is, so yeah. The basic Forge Guard as a troop is a nice touch they've done. They used to be specialists, don't you know? But I wouldn't use too many. Although you could use quite a few. You could just have the whole Forge Guard force if you wanted to, which, why not? I mean, you've got the Forge Guard, you've got the Forge Guard, Huskar and Starlord, and then you've got the Hammerfist drop troops. Really armoured force. Not many points, but really armoured. I like them. I like them. They're a pain to build, though. Oh god, are they a pain to build. Next we have the Excavator Robot. Speed of 1-2, no range stat, fight of 4, survival of 4, armor 2, 3 hit points, size 2, 25mm base. Construct, remote, tenacious and vehicle. Comes with 2 melee weapons. We've got the Mining Drill, which is AP 2, and we've got the Claw, which has Smash 1. 2 victory points and 18 points. So in close combat, you've either got a choice of AP 2 or an extra dice in close combat. Both have pros. If you want to go against mid-armoured units, then the Mining Drill's the way to go. Or if you want the extra dice, the Claw's the way to go. Tenacious, so they ain't letting you get out of close combat that easily. Fighting on 4s, 3 hit points, armor 2. They ain't bad. You need someone with engineer. The Brockers, do I really need to say again? For them to work, and they've got a construct so they can't be pinned. Nice. 18 points as well. They're only 1 point more than a Steel Warrior, so might be worth thinking about that. Might be worth thinking about it. If you did an all Brocker Force, I'd say you could use them in that. Finally, we have the Artificer. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 5, save of 4. 1 armour, size 2. Sorry, 2 hit points size 1, 25mm base, dismantle, engineer and headstrong. So the trooper option comes with a forge hammer and a burst pistol, which I've already been over, 1 victory point and 14 points, which is pretty decent. It's kind of like a Brocker but with a worse close combat stat. I suppose it's traded off by the fact you've got armour and you've got headstrong, which headstrong is if you're going to get pinned for any reason, you roll a dice. On a 5 you're not pinned, but on a 6 or on a 4 or lower you are pinned, which is nice. It's a bit rare, but having the 1 armour could help you. The specialist options, you've got 2, starting with the heavy heat hammer. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be oh no, heavy heat hammer. Yes, so okay, so you can't use the I'm pretty sure the Thorgrim's thing isn't supposed to be used on the artificers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case, although Thorgrims have heavy forge hammers. Okay, Mantic, you're going to have to FAQ that. Is it heavy heat hammer or heavy forge hammer? Please let us know. But in this case, it's close combat weapon, AP1, knockback and smash, 1 victory point and 16 points. Very cheap, very, very cheap. Also very good. Gives you 4 dice in close combat. And the other specialist option is the Magnum Rifle. Range 3, AP2, it burns, 2 victory points and 17 points. Again, pretty cheap and pretty good. Pretty good. You've got options, so each artificer can only take 1 of these options. You've got the Buzzsaw, which is close combat weapon, AP1, Frenzy 2, companion, plus 1 victory point and plus 4 points. So normal artificer would be 2 victory points and 18 points, but you are getting an extra dice in close combat. Ooh, so if you put that on the heavy heat hammer, you'd have companion and smash. So regardless if you are charging in or not, you'd have 5 dice in close combat for 20 points and 2 victory points. And Frenzy 2. Oh no, the hammer's a different weapon. Shucks. Ah well. You have got options though. You have got options. Then there's the Power Claw, which is close combat weapon, AP2, Frenzy 1, companion, plus 1 victory point and plus 3 points. I suppose these would work best on the basic artificer or the specialist artificer with the Magma Rifle. So you get some punch in close combat. You've then got the welding laser, which is range 2, AP2, plus 1 victory point and plus 3 points. I suppose if you want to get the weight of fire, sorry, the fire control splat off from the master artificer, then yeah, you've got that. I'm not seeing much use for the the welding laser. It's AP2, so I suppose on the basic ones or the heavy heat hammer, there's a point, give you a bit of punch in range. So that's 19 points and 2 victory points. Still not bad. Still not bad. You've got dismantle, so against vehicles and constructs and like, you are really giving them hey ho. Engineer, so you can take mining bots and whatnot, because why not? And headstrong, if you get pinned, there's a chance you might not be pinned. Artificers, you are going to have to make them work to feel like they're really good, because they are the same points cost as a Brocker. I wouldn't say it's bad by any stretch of the imagination, and I wouldn't say it's mediocre. The models look nice as well. With those options, you've got a ton of options. Magma Rifle, I'd say, is one to go for. The Heavy Heat Hammer, maybe. The basic ones, why not? Yeah, I think the Magma Rifle's my favourite out of them, actually, if I'm honest. 17 points, it's not that expensive. I mean, how many points is the Barocca variant? Same points cost. So, for the same points cost, you are getting one less armour, better fight stat and frenzy, but on the artificers you are getting headstrong, you're getting the armour, and that's basically they're trying to be Brockers with armour, and if that's what you're going for, good. If you don't think they're worth the points cost, I can't really argue with you there. They're not awful by any stretch of the imagination, but I suppose unless you're taking the optional weaponry, it does seem a bit meh to me. So, next we have the support on page 39. Starting with the Iron Ancestor. Speed 1-2, range of 4, fight of 5, survival 5, arm 4, 5 hit points, size 4, 60mm base. Fire control and walker. Okay, so there's 4 different flavours of Iron Ancestor. They are all worth 5 victory points, just putting it out there. Starting with the basic Iron Ancestor, you've got the Twin Hellstorm autocannons, range 8, weight of fire 1 and suppression. And that's 45 points. Oh, comes with a heavy heat hammer as well. Close combat weapon, AP 2, knockback and smash 1. Like I said, 45 points for those 2 weapons. We've got the Doomstorm pattern, which has 2 Twin Hellstorm autocannons. 52 points. We've got the Hellhammer. I really can't pronounce that properly. Pattern has a twin magma cannon, range 4, AP3, weight of fire 1, a power claw which is close combat weapon, AP3, and a flamer which is range 2, it burns, 54 points. You've then got the Thor pattern which has twin heavy heat hammers, close combat weapon, AP2, knockback and smash 2, 48 points. So you've got good options there. The Hellhammer variant, I can't see the point of. It's the most expensive and it's trying to be a mix of everything. It's trying to have good AP at range and in close combat, and it does. But being jack of all trades means you're going to be a master of none. Yes, you're suitable for all situations, but really you're missing out on being good at any one thing. The basic Iron Ancestor is kind of on the same thing, but you have got the strength of it is the cheapest, so you've got that going for it. The Doomstorm pattern has got 2 range weapons which can suppress people, which is really funny. You've then got the Thor pattern which has got smash 2, so you are getting 5 dice in close combat, and at size 4 you're probably going to be bigger than most of your opponents, so you can have 6 dice, and then if you charge 7 dice, so on and so forth. You've got an upgrade option, the smoke launchers, which is range 3 grenade smoke, 1 use only, no extra victory points but 3 extra points. It's a thing, I guess. Why not? Out of all of them, I'd say either the Doomstorm or the Thor pattern, I'd say your best shots. the option, I just think it's just trying to be everything to everyone and just misses it slightly because the weapon is really short range. But that's just me. Next we have the Juggernaut. Speed of 1-2, range 5, fight of 4, survive of 5, armour 2, 4 hit points, size 3, 60mm base. Walker. So you've got two support options. You've got the power drill, which is close combat weapon, AP3 frenzy 1, and you've got the Dragon's Maw, which is range 3, AP1, it burns, 4 victory points and 33 points. Or you've got the version with a power hammer, which is close combat weapon, AP3 smash 1 frenzy 1, and a mining laser, which is range 8, AP3, 4 victory points and 38 points. See, and I know I said the Helmamamama variant is trying to be a jack of all trades, but it kind of works better here. Yes, you aren't as durable, and you haven't got as much hit points, and you need 5s rather than 4s, but you are 21 points cheaper than if you take the power drill and Dragon Maw, or you are 16 points cheaper if you take the power hammer and mining laser. If you do that, you can take an extra. You can take a artificer with a heavy heat hammer, or a Brocker if you want. Model looks super awesome. Fights and falls in close combat. Smash 1 and frenzy 1 with the hammer. Cool. I can see a point of doing both of them, to be honest. But for me, I'd probably go for the power hammer and mining laser, just because if you want the job done, you get the job done. Next we have the Living Legends, starting on page 40. So first one is the Hellfather. Speed of 1-2, range of 5, fight of 6, survival of 4, armour 2, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. It's got headstrong and life support. So comes with two weapons, the Xerxes cannon, which is range 6 AP3, heavy, it burns, and you've got the Hellstone pistol, which is range 4, rapid fire, weight of fire 1, it's worth 4 victory points and 32 points. So a range 6 it burns weapon. You can nearly shoot a flamethrower almost across the board from one end to the other. And you've got the Hellstone pistol just in case you want to move and shoot. I'd love to try out the Hellfather more, just to try that Xerxes cannon just once. That'd just be so funny. 32 points. It's not expensive either. It's not that expensive. But you have got heavy, so it's not that mobile, unfortunately. And 16 close combat means you're probably not going to survive. Next we have Bjorn Starnafall. Goddamn romantic with these names. Speed of 1-2, range of 4, fight of 4, survive of 3, armour 2, 3 hit points. That's got to be a typo surely. Size 1, 25mm base, drop suit and solid. Comes with an Inferno drill, which is AP range 4, AP2, and it's 4 victory points, 30 points. He's not bad. He's not bad at all. Surviving on 3s. Wow. Fighting on 4s in close combat is nice, but you haven't got a close combat weapon. So cheap points wise, but gives away a lot of victory points. Three hit points, and for Forge Fathers, that's not bad. That's not bad. He's got a drop suit so he can drop in and jump around a bit. It's not bad. It's not bad. I suppose his weakness is a bit short range on his range attack. Next we have Organ Hellcare. He's from Star Saga, don't you know? Speed of 1-2, range 4, fighter 5, survival 4, armor 1, size 2. Sorry, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Energy shield 2, engineer and hacker. He's basically like a artificer, just with slightly better stats and weaponry. Comes with a burst pistol, range 3, rapid fire. Comes with a claw, close combat weapon smash. And comes with a force field, which is range 2, grenade, shield generator 1. So we can throw one of them about, and where it lands, anyone, friend and foe, so you've got to be careful, gets an energy shield. So if the fail of this survive roll a dice and you get 6, you take 1 less damage. Which is bad. It's something. 2 victory points and 24 points. Is a cheap support character. He hasn't got dismantle, which is a shame. I'd have thought he would have done, but hey ho. Energy shields too, which is helpful, and he's got claw, so smashing close combat, 4 dice. Yeah, nothing wrong with that whatsoever. If you want a more supportive artificer, is not a bad idea. Next we have Ulgaf Kurson. I'm pretty sure I've pronounced that wrong, so please put in the comments below if I have. Speed of 1-2, range of 3, fight of 3, wow, used to be fight of 4. Survival 4, armor 2, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. Got combat team training, so that means if you're down less than 50% of your force, you still get to reroll your command dice. Life support solid, tactician 3. Comes with 2 weapons: the Dragon's Maw, which is range 3, AP 1, it burns, and the Forge Hammer, which is close combat weapon, AP 1, is worth 5 victory points and costs 45 points. He is basically a souped up Star-Lord without the splat, but slightly cheaper points wise. He's good. He's very good. Having a flamer that burns on 3s. And fights on 3s in close combat. He's painful. He's painful. Plus he's giving 3 command dice, so you could really use him really effectively. Oh, so effectively. Finally is Pad. Speed of 2-3, no range stat, fight of 4, survive of 6, no armour, 2 hit points, size 1, 25mm base. He's got Faithful Companion. You may only include Pad in a strike team. That also includes Ulgaf Kurson, the bloke I've just been talking about. This is an exception to a normal limit of 1 living legend. If Pad is killed, Ulgaf Kurson gains Frenzy 1 for the rest of the game. So yeah, you could rush him into danger and then yeah, get an extra Frenzy. For 8 points just to get a reroll off, nah. He hasn't got Beast. I'd have thought Pad should have had Beast, but hey, whatever. In some games having Pad around is going to be really nice. Run him around, take objectives, run him off your opponent's side of the board, considering how small he is. Yeah, that's not bad. He's got Teeth, which is close combat weapon, Frenzy 1 and Tenacious, no victory points and 8 points. So if you want to take both, that is 53 points. That is 3 points more than a Star-Lord, but you are getting 2 models and you're getting all the benefits of what they do, which is just ridiculous. For those 3 extra points, he's really decent. Finally, we have the items on page 41. Ammo is 2 points, no limit. AP ammo is 4 points, no limit. Grenade frag 3 is 6 points, no limit. Smoke grenade is 3 points, no limit. Med pack is 4 points and can only have 2. And thermal mines are 4 points, can only have 2. So the Forge Fathers then, they are good at everything. They are potentially the best faction when it comes to stats, weapons and abilities. However, they are not cheap points wise. They are essentially the most expensive faction to run in Deadzone. That is why you won't have that many in your force. But like I say, they've just got the best stats and whatnot all over. A lot of their models are also short in terms of their size, and I'm not having a go. Most of them are only size 1. I mean, what we've got that are size 2 and higher, we've got the Iron Ancestor and the Juggernaut, we've got the Excavator Robot, we've got the Heavy Inferno Drill, we've got the Brocco Valkyrie, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the Master Artificer, so 6 things, and most of them are either special support, or in the case of the Master Artificer, a leader. You've got no troops that are bigger than size 1, and then in a lot of forces you have got a lot of stuff that's troops that's size 2. So yeah, that's their main downside. Against most forces, they will be outnumbered and have less dice in close combat because they're smaller. But the amount of options, even the basic Steel Warrior that is your backbone trooper, fights on 5s with a weapon with AP in it, a ranged weapon with the AP in it, sorry. And the Brockers, they've got no armour and their ranged weapon's a bit short, but they are tasty in close combat. The leaders are also not cheap, but you can get some really good use out of them. And unlike most forces, all the leaders can be good, even if you just take them for a combat situation. Like the Brocker Chief, I'll take a lot in most games because of how good he is combat wise, but any of the other leaders are valuable too. I'd say the Steel Warrior Huskarl or the Forge Guard Huskarl is probably best bet. I wouldn't say any of them are bad. They all have their uses. So, with that, that's it for now. Goodbye.